heard a rumor that you bought a new house. I can't wait to see what it looks like. When will be a good time for me to visit you and take a look? I'd love to have dinner, too. Will you prepare something for me? Excuse me? Did you forget that we cut ties with you? There's no way I'd invite you to our home. Your own son doesn't want to see you. Why would I make you dinner? What are you talking about? We're family. We became family when you married Owen. You shouldn't be so cold. I don't even understand why you both suddenly started saying that you don't want to have anything to do with me. And it's already been 2 years since we had that silly argument. So you should hurry up and get over it. If you keep on dragging that along, you'll never be able to get along with anybody, let alone me. The reason why we can't forgive you is because of your refusal to try and understand why we're so angry. I don't know what Owen said to you, but I still haven't forgiven you for what you did and how you upset my husband. Don't you even remember what happened 2 years ago before we told you to stay out of our lives? Oh, it was such a long time ago. You can't expect me to remember everything. I'm getting old and I make mistakes. You should be more open to forgiveness. If you keep on stressing about insignificant things like that, you'll get more wrinkles, you know. I say if you want to live life to the fullest, you've got to be more carefree. More importantly, it's incredibly rude of you to be so cold towards the woman that gave birth to your husband. You should respect the elderly. I don't know where you heard the news that we bought a new house, but I'm never inviting you to my home. As long as Owen and I can't forgive you, you're not welcome here. Don't worry, I don't need your invitation. It's easy enough to find out your address without you telling me where you're living right now. I'll be going to visit you this weekend. Huh? That's probably gonna be more difficult than you think. It's ridiculous that you would try to cut ties with your own mother-in-law like that. There's something wrong with you. We're supposed to be family. I couldn't believe it when Owen said that he didn't want to have anything to do with me anymore. You changed him. Ever since you married him, you've been putting him against me. You've been pitting him against me. He never used to be this rebellious. You're the one that's got something wrong with you. You broke into our home and tried to steal our money. And that was just the last straw. We tried talking to you about your addiction and your debt, remember? But you never listened. Of course we had no choice but to cut ties with you. I had no choice. I needed the money. I was having some trouble back then, and that's what family's for. To help each other when someone is in trouble. And yet you were too selfish and announced that I wasn't welcome. You spent all of the money your husband left for you and your sons on visiting a male strip club. Part of it was money you owed to Owen. And we warned you about how much you were spending. You ended up in debt and tried to steal more of Owen's money to fund your daily visits to Magic Mike. How could anyone forgive you for acting like that? I don't care what you say. I want to see my baby boy, so I'm going to visit. You don't have any right to stop a mother from going to see her son. He was my son first. Just because you married him doesn't make you more important than me. Your son is the one that's saying he doesn't want to see you. I never did anything to convince him to make that decision. Your son is his own man. If you can't respect that, then we still have a problem. Say whatever you like. I don't believe you. You're getting in the way of my relationship with my son. I want to be with my son, so let me live with you. You can't be serious. You're the one that said that you were fine with living by yourself. It's better if things stay like that. You can live the way you want, and we can live our lives in peace. I want to live with you. You can't say no to me. I'm Owen's mother. If I say I want to live in your brand new home, you should let me. What's the problem? There are a lot of problems, including the things I mentioned just 2 minutes ago. There's no point in trying to hide your address from me. I know of plenty of ways to find out where you live. I'm sorry, but you're really starting to creep me out. You may be really excited about the idea of living with us, but we're not interested. We don't want to live with you. To be honest, I think it's impossible for you to even live with us. I don't think you can find us, and there's no way for you to get here financially. What are you talking about? We're family, and family should stick together. Even if you are Owen's mother, you've already made enough mistakes for us to not be able to trust you anymore. And you show no signs of reflecting on what you've done. Do you even have a passport? And the money to buy a ticket? Wait, that doesn't mean that you can come if you do have a passport. What on earth are you talking about? Anyways, I've tried messaging and calling Owen, but he won't answer. I want you to let him know that I'm coming. I don't want you putting any ideas in his head, so tell him exactly what I say. You have to inform him that if I can't live with him, I'm going to end up homeless. He won't be able to ignore his mother's pleas for help if he knows that. You're going to be homeless? What happened? No matter how much you beg, we're not going to help you. We've already offered more than enough help when we realized that we were spending too much money at the club. But you wouldn't listen to our advice and ended up taking out loans from the bank. We've cut ties with you and we don't want to get caught up again in your problems anymore, so don't message me ever again. Your mom keeps on messaging me, even though I keep on telling her that we can't do anything for her. You're telling her to stop as well, aren't you?
Of course I am. I keep on asking her not to contact me as well, but she's being impossible. She won't listen to anything I say. I'm not letting her live with us. It'll be like everything she's done up until now is okay, and she'll get it in her head that she can just do whatever she wants because we're her family, and take advantage of us. I can't let a thief live with us.
Yeah, you're right. She's your mom, but I don't feel comfortable letting her stay with us. It sounds like she's still having trouble with money and finding her own apartment, too. So it makes it harder to deny that she won't do the same thing she tried when we last let her stay. I wonder if she's been tricked by another young guy she met at the club. Do you think she'll be okay all alone?
I don't know, but I can't say that I care much. She's the reason why Dad struggled so much for the last few years of his life. And I've got my own family to take care of now. She's already had plenty of chances to listen to our advice and accept our help, but she wouldn't stop. It's none of our business what happens to her from now on. The last time we interfered, I ended up having to use our savings to pay back her debt for her. And we did that with the promise that she would never bother us again. It's not fair that she doesn't get to keep that promise, especially if she has no intention of apologizing or paying us back. It's not fair that she says that us cutting ties with her was your fault, as though she did nothing wrong.
Yeah, we were lucky to get this chance to move this far away. Now we're nowhere near her. She can't just turn up suddenly without any warning like she used to. It was already really scary. It'll be impossible for us to find us. And she doesn't have the means to get here, even if she did know.
My thoughts exactly. In the beginning I was worried about the move, but now I'm really glad I took the chance. I'm really grateful to you for coming with me too. If it weren't for you, I might not have had the guts to come here all by myself.
I think you made the right decision, and I'm glad we came here too. It's a completely different world, and I'm enjoying finding out about new things. And I love the food.
It means a lot to me that you're enjoying our life here. My mom won't be able to bother us for a while we're here, so there's a lot of other places I want to go with you. Let's make the most of our life here.
Of course I am. Even if she tries to message us again, I guess we can just ignore her. It seems like she's having a hard time, but if she's got nothing to do with us, then we don't have any reason to bother ourselves with her business. I just hope she can work out her problems and get her old life back. What time are you getting back from work? I've been waiting at home for you for hours. I haven't even had any lunch. I'm starving. Can't you hurry up and get home so you can make me something to eat? Excuse me? What do you mean you're waiting for me? Waiting where? Waiting at home. I finally found out where you and my son are living. What? No way, that's impossible. I'm at home right now and you're definitely not here. I know you're not at home, Abigail, because I'm right here. There's no point in lying to me. You shouldn't underestimate my investigation skills. I'm going to be a guest here for a while now, so you should treat me like one. Hurry up and come back and make me something to eat. There's nothing in the fridge and I've already eaten the cookies that were in front of the TV. Seriously, would you listen to me for a minute? Where are you and how did you get in? I really don't understand what's going on. You really are dull. I don't know why I have to waste my time explaining every little thing to you. I told you, I found out your address and decided to come and pay you a visit. I'm watching TV, but I'm really hungry. When are you going to come home? You can't leave your husband's mother to starve, you know. I hope you're cooking properly, because my son deserves handmade dinners. Not the stuff you can put in the microwave. I checked your fridge and cupboards, but you don't have anything. You're a terrible wife if you can't even make a proper dinner for your husband. I'm in the kitchen right now, and I'm the only one home right now. You're really starting to creep me out, so would you cut this out? Don't be dramatic. I know that you're lying. I'm the only one that's in the house. There's no point in acting like you don't know where I am, because I know that this is your house. I tracked you down. Are you still working? Even after I told you so many times that you need to resign. You're a wife now, so you need to focus on supporting your husband's career, not going out and making your own. You really are the worst daughter-in-law. You won't even come and welcome your guests like a proper housewife should. What? Are you being serious? You can try running away from me all you like, but you can't escape. It's too easy for me to find out your address. Now that I've found you, you'll have no choice but to let me live with you and Owen. I broke a window to get inside, but you'll have to forgive that, since I don't have a key yet. We're living in France. What? You broke a window to get into someone's house? That's called trespassing, Lisa. It's a crime. Even if that was our house, it would still be considered a crime. You don't have a key to our house because you're not welcome. Do you understand that? You're not welcome in the house you've just broken into as well. What have you done, Lisa? Are you going to be okay after doing something stupid like that? I'm sorry, that was a stupid question. You're not okay. You're a criminal. What have you done? You're lying, aren't you? What do you mean you're living in France? There's no point trying to scare me out of this house. There's no way Owen would move that far away without saying anything to me. He would have told me and checked if I was okay with it. Well, we did. Owen was offered a position in a European branch of his company and we accepted. We just had a baby, so we decided it was time to move out of our apartment and find a home. After spending a year here, we chose to live here for a little while longer. We won't be coming back to the States for a while. What? You're kidding, right? This is your home. I'm waiting right here. I don't understand. If this really isn't your house, then who's living here? How should I know? I don't know why you thought you managed to track us down, but we're living in France. That house isn't ours. And it and its inhabitants have nothing to do with us. You're in a complete stranger's home. But I checked the nameplate and the last name was the exact same. And I asked around the neighbors about the person living here and they all said your name. How can you all be mistaken? I don't understand. I thought my plan was perfect. So the person who lives there happens to have the same name as me? I'm sure that there are a lot of people named Abigail Smith. It's an incredible coincidence, but that's not our house. If you say that you're in France, then I'd be a little more worried that you actually came all this way to chase us down, but now that I know that you can't afford a plane ticket here... What? You're really living in France? Not in a house close by your old place? I'm in your old neighborhood right now. I found this address by asking the neighbors about everyone in the new area. And this was the address they told me. Is this really a coincidence? No, I don't trust you. I still think that you're lying about living in France. It's impossible. How could someone with the same name move into the same neighborhood? It looks like it really is possible. It really is a small world, I guess. If you check with the neighbors and they all say the same thing and same name and surname, that's the only explanation. But you really do crazy things. I'm really glad we were able to get away from you before we had the baby. It would be terrifying if something like that happened to us. If you really broke a window to get in, you're going to be getting arrested. You committed a crime. Can't believe you actually went so far. Or did you do it on purpose because you knew that you would have food and shelter once you were in prison? Even if you lose your freedom, you can eat after all. Of course not. I'm not going to get arrested. I know that you're lying just to scare me away. Once Owen gets home, he won't let you kick me out. He won't report me to the police for breaking a window. I'm his mother. The police aren't going to touch me. I know what you're up to, Abigail, but you can't keep me away from my son. That's all a story you made up, Lisa. I really am in France with Owen. There's no point calling the police on me either. Owen's my only next of kin. He'll be there for me if the police even arrest me. Even if you kick me out or have the police arrest me for breaking that window, you and my son will have to take responsibility for me anyway. Why don't you just give up already? I'm your mother-in-law. All I want is for us to live together as one big happy family. Especially if I have a grandson or granddaughter, I want to meet them. I'm not trying to chase you away. I'm telling you the truth, Lisa. That house that you broke into isn't our home. It really belongs to someone who has the exact same name as me. You're the one that needs to give up on trying to live with us and give yourself up to the police. You had just happened to find the door open. You might have still been able to explain and tell the people that live there that you made a mistake and thought that was someone else's home and avoided being arrested. Maybe by the skin of your teeth. But if you broke a window and forced entry, there's no way they're gonna excuse you. You're really not lying. This really isn't your house? Then who's living here? Someone's coming home! I hope you can explain yourself, but it's unlikely that they'll be willing to listen to a stranger who's sitting on their couch watching TV like they own the place. But it's got nothing to do with us anyway. You've got to help me! Where are you? You've got to come and help me! Help me right now! You need to explain everything to the police for me! Abigail, are you reading this? Help me! We're in France. Can't help you, so you'll have to deal with your problems by yourself. You're really in France? Why? Why would you move so far away? I'm guessing that the owner of the house came home and found that you were trying to run away. Did you explain why you were there? That's right. She thinks that I'm a thief, even though I haven't taken anything. Apparently the neighbors let her know that someone was inside her house and they called the police on me. Can you believe it? They're treating me like a common thief. I was about to be arrested by the police, but I was too fast for them. Honestly, the nerve of some people. I just thought that my son lived there, that's all. Hang on, so you haven't been arrested? You ran away from the police? I had no choice. They were acting as though I was the criminal. I told them that it wasn't my fault that the window was broken, but they wouldn't listen. I don't care if it's you or Owen, but one of you has to come and explain everything. It's not fair. I didn't know that it was someone else's home. If you don't come, I'll end up being arrested. They're going to make me a criminal. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. I haven't even done anything to deserve that. Excuse me? But you did do something. You broke a window to get into someone's home without their permission. On top of that, they're a stranger, and your excuse is that you thought it would be okay if it was your son's house? Wait, didn't you say that you were eating their cookies? You've caused nothing but trouble for them. Of course they'd want to report you to the police. But I really did think that it was your house. It's not my fault. I didn't do anything wrong. That's what a criminal says. And that's the worst thing that you could say to the victim. If you had been more apologetic and, hadn't broken their window, I'm sure they would have been more forgiving too. Do you really think that you can avoid punishment after all of this? You should know that neither me nor Owen are going to help you. We've had enough of cleaning up after you. You'll have to deal with this yourself and learn how to accept responsibility for your own mistakes. Why won't Owen answer any of my messages, even though I'm in so much trouble? You told him to ignore me, didn't you? I can't believe he won't even try to save his own mother. He's useless. It's all your fault. They never would have happened if you hadn't married my son. Everything's changed since you came into his life. You're a terrible daughter-in-law. You made him abandon me. He didn't abandon you because of me. He decided to abandon you because of you. What did you say? You were so selfish that you caused trouble not only for your late husband, but for your own 2 sons. You showed them that you can't be trusted and lost their respect when you didn't respect their boundaries. You only ever come to see Owen when you need something, and it's obvious that you don't care about what's convenient for either of them. I'm a complete stranger, so I'm willing to talk with you, but the only reason that you can't get through to Owen is because he's already had enough of how self-centered you are. He blocked you. He's blocked me? So he hasn't even seen any of my messages. He doesn't care about what happens to his own mother. You can't blame him. Owen's already decided that it's best to pretend that you never existed, so I don't think that you'll ever be able to reconcile with him. Don't say that. You can talk to him and tell him that I didn't mean to cause him trouble. We're family. We're supposed to stick together. His dad would be so disappointed if he saw that Owen is ignoring me. Please, do something. You're not my mother, so I don't have any obligation to listen to what you say, and I wouldn't use Owen's dad as a way to guilt trip him. You'll only make things worse. Anyway, we're complete strangers now, so you'll have to deal with the police all by yourself. You can try explaining to them that you haven't done anything wrong. If they're willing to listen, that is. Even after being told off by her daughter-in-law, Lisa didn't stop messaging Abigail and Owen for help, and she ended up pushing Abigail to her limit as well. Abigail had no choice but to make it clear that they had cut ties and that she didn't care about what happened to Lisa, ending the conversation by blocking Lisa completely. Lisa was caught soon after by the police and arrested for trespassing. She had tried to argue that she was only searching for her son's house when the police had questioned her. As a result of their investigations, they found out that she was in debt and had her home taken from her by the loan sharks that she had borrowed money from, and that she wasn't lying about looking for her son, but it didn't change the fact that she had broken a window in order to enter a stranger's home. The verdict reached in court was that she was guilty as charged, and she had to accept the punishment dealt to her. Apparently, she had begged for them to listen to her, but all of her pleas and excuses had fallen on deaf ears. She only had herself to blame, so we can only hope that she'll come to realize the wrongs she committed and will return to society as a new person. Abigail and her husband were reminded of how lucky they were to have been given the chance to move abroad, and were relieved that they would never have to deal with Lisa ever again. Are you still working at the garbage dump? I'm so embarrassed that my brother is married to you. Maria, what a way to greet me. What do you need? You haven't answered my question yet. Are you ashamed that you work as a dustman? I'm not. I don't work as a dustman anymore. Didn't I tell you that I now run my own recycling business? Isn't that basically the same thing as a dustman? I mean, you're still dealing with garbage. I'm sorry, but I can't invite someone like you to my wedding. I don't want you to show up reeking of garbage. You're getting married. I didn't know that. Well, now you know. I'm engaged. I'm so in love with my fiancé. Well, that's great. Congratulations. When's the big day? You're not planning on coming, are you? I'm sorry, but you're not invited. I can't have people knowing that my sister-in-law works at a garbage dump. Why do you care so much what I do for a living? It's not nice to make fun of someone's job. You shouldn't be so condescending. Yeah, whatever. By the way, do you want to know who my fiancé is? You're gonna be so surprised when you find out who. I'm getting married to the son of a famous politician. Everyone in our neighborhood knows him. I see. You must be so proud of yourself. Are you jealous? My life is so much better than yours. You might be marrying into an important family, but that doesn't change who you are. Don't you feel miserable that while you spend your time around garbage, I'll be sitting inside my beautiful house sipping some wine? I love my job, so I'm not envious of your life. And I'm happily married to your brother. I don't compare my life to anyone else's. You're such a hypocrite, and it's irritating. I know that you're just being superficial. You can drop the act. You're the one that wants to feel more important by shaming me, but it's not working. I don't feel a thing. You're being rude to me, but I'm used to that by now, and I'm more than okay with not being invited to your wedding. That's good to know. I'm going to have an intimate wedding ceremony with close friends and family. And for the reception, we're inviting tons of people, including influential people from our neighborhood. I have so many things to do in my preparation for my lavish wedding. You don't need to come to the ceremony or the reception, though. Yes, I'm okay with that. I know that you really want to be there, but you're not going to fit in. It's sad that we're going to be living in two completely different worlds. I'm not sad. I'm happy with the life that I have. I'm annoyed that you think your life is so great. You don't know what you're missing. Well, I'm glad that we agreed that you won't be coming to my wedding. I don't need a trashy person like you to ruin my big day. There's no need for you to be so cruel to me. You need to work on that personality of yours before you get married.
Melanie, Maria tells me that you're not even coming to our marriage ceremony. But I think that you should be there.
Maria doesn't want me there. I think it's best that I don't attend.
But Maria's getting married to Nate's son.
You mean that politician? That's a problem. I've recently started a new project with Nate. Maybe I should go as one of the groom's guests.
Yes, I think you should. It'd be rude not to attend Nate's son's wedding. And Nate seems to know that you're my wife.
Oh, really? Did Maria tell him?
I don't think that she did. Maria doesn't seem to understand what you do for a living.
Yes, you're right. As a politician, I guess they would look into our family.
Uh-huh. So, you should be at the wedding.
That makes sense. I'm going to let Maria know that I'm going to be at the wedding after all. I hope that she doesn't get too upset about this. She's been ignoring my text messages lately. Hopefully, when I explain the situation to her, she won't mind me being at the wedding.
Yes, I'm sure that she'll understand after you explain everything to her.
Okay, I'm going to get in touch with her now. It's nice that we get to attend the wedding together as a couple after all. You bitch! Why are you at my wedding? I told you not to come. I'm shocked, to say the least. How could you spill wine all over me? That was totally uncalled for. This is all your fault. I asked you not to come and you came anyway. I have every right to be furious with you right now. I'm glad that I kicked you out when I did. Didn't you notice that the groom's family was watching you spill wine on me? They don't care. They must have thought some homeless woman wandered into our wedding by mistake. I don't think that a homeless person would be wearing such a fancy dress. Look, I didn't invite you to the wedding, and there's no place for you at the reception. Go home, you smelly woman. You really are a piece of trash, you know that? I don't want you to come anywhere near me. I hate you so much. You stink. I'm going to marry a politician. I can't be seen with a loser like you. I want you to leave me alone. You must think so lowly of yourself. Why do you feel the need to put me down so you can feel better about yourself? I've tried to get along with you because you're Todd's little sister, but I've had enough. Your behavior is inexcusable. How could you even think that I wanted you at my wedding? I don't want a dustman to come to my big celebration. It's too embarrassing. You got what you deserved when I spilled that wine on you. Now leave me alone and stop trying to sabotage my wedding. Fine, I'm leaving. I need to eliminate that hideous odor of yours. I hope that you're happy. I'm cutting you out of my life and I don't want anything to do with you anymore. You're just a stranger to me now. I'm more than happy to cut ties with you. Good riddance! Now I don't have to have a dustman as part of the family. You're gonna come to regret this, I assure you. I have 200 missed calls on my phone. Leave me alone! You're the one that didn't want anything to do with me. What could you possibly need from me? I don't plan on picking up a phone call from a complete stranger. Melanie, I need you to come back to my wedding venue now. What? I need you at my wedding. The situation's changed. Please do me a favor and come back. Let's sit down and talk. This was a big misunderstanding. I have nothing to say to you. Look, I made a mistake, okay? Can't you forgive me? No, I can't. I'm done talking to you. I left your wedding like you asked me to. What more do you want from me? You're being very selfish. I finally realized that you're not a dustman after all. Why didn't you tell me that you have a successful business? Does this mean that you collect garbage as a hobby then? I told you what I do for a living many times. You just don't want to listen or understand. My business is dedicated to finding effective ways of recycling garbage. I've been working with Nate's family on a government project to reduce trash and promote recycling. Nate's family knew that I was your sister-in-law, so it would have made sense for me to be at your wedding. But you didn't want me to come. I'm part of the reason why Nate's family allowed their son to get married to an unemployed person like you. So you're the reason why Nate proposed to me? I don't believe this. You basically said that I was a piece of trash. But isn't it ironic that you ended up getting engaged to a future politician because of me? I had no idea that you were the one that helped me get engaged to my fiancé. I'm sure that you didn't. Had you been more considerate, none of this would have happened. Please come back, Melanie. I'm really sorry about all the things that I said to you up until now. My fiancé and his family are furious with me, and my family doesn't know what to do. Can't you do this for Todd? Please come back. I don't want to cause any trouble for Todd or your parents, but there's no way that I'm going to forgive you for what you did to me. So you're not coming back to the wedding venue then? That's right. I don't ever want to see your face again after what you did to me. You make me sick. My wedding is going to be canceled. Please, this is an emergency. I'm sure that the wedding is going to be called off. That's inevitable. Who knows? Your family may not want anything to do with you anymore after. I wouldn't blame them. You created this mess. My family would never cut me off. They're my family. How do I fix this? You need to figure that out on your own. You're not a child. You can't make fun of a person and expect that they'll put up with it. There's no way I'm going to help you. Melanie, I'm in a lot of trouble. My brother just left the venue. He's livid and says that I'm no longer a sister to him. Why is this happening to me? I never expected things to turn out this way. Well, you need to deal with the reality of what is currently taking place. Todd is my husband. Of course he'd be angry that you spilled wine on me and kicked me out of the venue. Don't expect him to forgive you anytime soon. I guess that you're right. You're just gonna have to deal with this on your own. So that's it then? I'm on my own? I'm not going to give up so easily. I'm gonna keep on calling you. Don't you want to speak to Nate's family in person? I mean, you're working with them. I'm going to speak to them directly and apologize to them for what happened. I don't want to be there when you cause another scene, and I can't stand to be in the same room as you. Don't say that, Melanie. We're family. No, we're not. Todd and I have cut all ties with you. You never wanted me at your wedding, and I'm not going to go just because you changed your mind. I guess you were smart to kick me out before your fancy reception began. None of your guests will know what a monster you truly are. Nate's family was lucky too because they didn't have to air their dirty laundry to their guests. What am I going to do now? That's not my problem. You can continue to call me if you want, but I won't pick up. Enjoy the rest of your wedding. Melanie, you used to be so nice to me. What happened? Don't you want me to be happy? Can't you come help me out? You're not my problem anymore. Stop pestering me. You should take this opportunity to grow up and take responsibility for your actions. I don't want to grow up. I like myself just the way I am right now. I want to marry into a prestigious family and drink wine from noon. Do what you want. It doesn't concern me. I'm sure that Nate's family will not make the mistake of having their son marry you. Good luck, Maria. You must be so glad that you got rid of me. I'm not. I want to be your little sister again. I didn't understand your job until today, but now I do. I respect you now, knowing that you're a successful business owner. Well, that means nothing to me. Goodbye, Maria. It was nice knowing you. Wait, Melanie, please don't do this. You mean less to me than trash. I have nothing more to say to you. I hope that your fiancé doesn't call off the wedding. Melanie and Todd cut Maria out of their lives, and Maria's wedding was called off. Maria was all alone with no hope. Even her parents didn't want anything to do with her. She had no place to live after her parents kicked her out of their house. Maria had never worked a day in her life, and she had no savings, so things were going to be very tough for her from that point on. Maria tried to ask for Melanie's help, but Melanie wanted nothing to do with her. Melanie said that she could hire Maria as a dustman, but she'd also have to live at the garbage dump. Of course, Maria didn't want that, so she chose to be homeless instead. Maria's family never heard from her again. We can't help but feel a little sorry for Maria, but she has to take responsibility for her actions.
Apparently my dad hasn't got long left to live. I don't have the time to visit, so go take a look at him in the hospital tonight and tell me what the doctors say. He's being discharged next week, and we're gonna have to stay with him until he kicks it. Clear out the room in my parents' house before then. We'll sleep there.
What? This is all really sudden. What? Is he okay? Why is he at the hospital? Did he collapse? What do you mean he hasn't got long left?
I don't know and don't care. It just means that he's going to die soon. I didn't think that it would happen this soon, so...
Yeah, you must be really shocked. Are you okay?
Shocked? About what?
Your dad must be in a really serious condition if he's been admitted to the hospital so suddenly. It must be tough knowing you don't have much time left with him.
Why would I be in shock about that? I've been waiting for this. If anything, I'm over the moon. It's finally my time.
What? Is this some kind of joke, Liam?
My dad's company. It's finally mine. I bet he's been hiding a massive fortune from me and my mom all these years. He's a real Scrooge, that old man. He's never told us how much he has, and he never gave us money when we said we wanted to buy something. I deserve to inherit everything he has after being so patient. He has the money to let us live in luxury, but he's so cheap. He refuses to give me and my mom anything we want. It's not fair. I'm entitled to that money. He doesn't know how hard I've worked in this company for him.
I'm sorry, what are you talking about? Your dad's in the hospital and you're already talking about your inheritance? What's wrong with you?
Yeah, so what if I am? It's owed to me. I just spoke with my mom, and she says that his condition isn't likely to get any better. He's going to be bedridden, which means he's already got one foot in the grave. There's no better time to talk about my inheritance. Plus, my mom's going to have a hard time taking care of him by herself, and she says that it's a waste of money getting a nurse to take care of him or putting him in a home. So you'll have to do the caretaking. You're my wife, so you can't argue back. Don't expect to get any money out of him either. That money is mine.
What are you talking about?
From now on, you're in charge of taking care of my dad. I'm too busy with work, and your job isn't as important, so you can easily quit. You don't have the right to complain, since I'm going to be rich when I get my inheritance. You should consider yourself lucky for marrying me.
Excuse me? My career is just as important as yours. I can't take care of your dad. You say that you're going to be rich, but as it stands, we're each paying half of the rent and the bills because we're both working.
So what? My dad's the CEO of his company. Once I inherit everything, there's no need for you to work. I can pay everything myself. Lucky you. You're going to be a CEO's wife, and you can stick to being a housewife instead of wasting your time going to work. You're going to have an easy time just staying at home, doing the dishes and cleaning and stuff. What's so hard about that? You should be happy to at least help out with taking care of my dad.
Is that why you suddenly decided we're going to live with your parents? To make yourself look better? So that he wouldn't have any reason to change his mind about passing his company on to you? Even though I'm the one that's going to have to take care of him? You're kidding, right? I don't want to have to do something that troublesome.
What? You can't say that. He's my dad.
Then why don't you take care of him yourself? I'm sure he would be happier if you were with him.
No way, I have work and other stuff. I don't want to deal with an old man like him.
I have work to do. Why do you get to prioritize your job? And what do you mean, and other stuff? What could be more important than taking care of your own dad in his final moments? It's not like you're busy with the housework, because I do all the cooking, cleaning, and the laundry before and after work and on my days off. You make it sound like cleaning is really easy and simple, but it's actually really tiring and time-consuming to keep a house in the condition you always enjoy it in. If anything, you have plenty of free time to take care of your dad yourself.
You're the wife. It's easier for you to quit work, and you married into this family. So you should be happy to sacrifice your job for my sake. It's more worthwhile if I keep my job, since I'm going to be inheriting the position of CEO in a matter of weeks, maybe even days if we're lucky.
I can't believe you actually think that. I'm enjoying my job. I don't want to quit. I'm not sacrificing it for anything or anyone. Can't you respect that?
Respect? Why should I? You're my wife. You're supposed to be supporting me. There's no reason for you to keep your job if we're going to be rich. My mom agrees that that's what we should do, so there's no point arguing about this any further. My mom says that women should be more selfless and give up their job if that's what's necessary for the family. And she's never wrong, so we're going to do what she says.
It's great that you have so much faith in your mom, but you're completely ignoring my opinion. What about what I want to do? We should be working towards finding a solution that suits both of us together, not just forcing an unwanted situation on the other. I need more time to think about this, so I'm gonna go see how your dad is. We can talk later.
My mom and I are going on a trip to a hot spring. I'm leaving my dad to you, so make sure you take care of him properly.
What? Are you going to leave me to deal with everything by myself? What about your dad?
I don't know and don't care. Figure something out.
Huh? What do you mean you don't care?
It's your job to take care of him, not mine. I don't care what you do, as long as you don't hire a nurse or a helper. It's a waste of money. His condition stabilized ever since he collapsed, but there's no telling when it'll be his last day on Earth. So, let me know if he finally kicks it. That's the only report I need, so don't disturb us.
You're seriously going on holiday with your mom? Your dad's bedridden. Don't you want to spend more time with him before he passes? He can't talk so much, but I'm sure he can still hear you. Try talking to him. Where have you been these past few days? You haven't come back at all. I need some time to relax myself, you know? What have you been doing while I've been busy taking care of your dad and doing all the housework?
That's none of your business. I'm free to do whatever I like, whenever I like. I'm a future CEO. Nobody can tell me what to do anymore.
Do you really think that being a CEO means it's okay for you to go and dump all of the stuff you don't want to do onto me? Owning a company doesn't make you any better. You only agreed to let him live with us because you want his company and his fortune, but you haven't even lifted a finger to actually do anything to show that you're worthy of inheriting everything he has.
Well, yeah, it's true I haven't done anything, but what's wrong with that? Why should I do anything when I have a wife to do it for me? All I need is my inheritance. I don't even have to be there when he dies.
I can't believe you. Does your mom really agree with that? Isn't it a little too heartless to decide to go on a holiday when her own husband is on his deathbed?
Of course she doesn't care either. If anything, she was the one that suggested that we go on the trip. She's happy that she's free of having to do the dirty work of helping my dad get changed, go to the toilet and wash him. We're going to be away for a few days so we can get a good rest. Take care of my dad. Oh, and make sure you keep us updated. That's if he gets worse, not if he gets better. I don't want to hear about him making some miraculous comeback to the company.
That's enough, Liam. How can you talk about your own father like that? I never knew you could say something so horrible. You're a terrible son. I've had enough of you and your mother. I knew you weren't perfect when we got married, but I should have realized that you were an asshole much earlier and saved myself the trouble.
I don't care what you think of me. You can insult me all you like, but the only thing that matters to me is that I get my money. I'm anticipating that a lot of money is going to come to me once I take over the company, so I think I'm going to let loose and splurge on this trip. Once I'm CEO, I won't have to worry about money anyways, so I might as well start enjoying the high life.
Oh yeah? While I stay at home cleaning and taking care of your sick dad? You've got some nerve saying that to me.
That's what a wife is for, right? Staying at home and taking care of the house and kids. My dad can't eat or change himself, so he's practically a baby. The only difference that he's a pretty big one. If you don't like it, you can just leave him there. That might even speed up the process for us, and we can blame you for abandoning him if anyone questions why he was alone. Keep that in mind if you do decide to disappear. That's going to be on your conscience, not mine.
That's enough.
Besides, you don't have anywhere to go, remember? You should be grateful that you've managed to marry a guy like me. With the power and the fortune I'll be gaining, you'll never have to work. The least you can do is take care of my dad until then. He's on his deathbed. You won't have to take care of him for that long. Anyway, I've got to get ready for my trip. I'll see you when I get back. Who's on their deathbed? Huh? I never imagined that my own son would say something so horrendous about me while I was so close to death. I'm disappointed. It bothered me that you and your mother were always whispering about something behind my back. But now I know that it was all about your inheritance and my company. Aren't you ashamed of yourself for making your wife take care of a sick, old man with no help? And not even a word of gratitude? Wait, who is this? This isn't Angela typing. Dad? Who else? Your mother's with you, isn't she? But why are you able to message? I thought you could barely speak, let alone raise your arms to type a message. You were supposed to be dying. What's going on? Well, you were out of the house doing God knows what. Angela was doing her best to take care of me. I made the miraculous comeback that you were dreading. Once I was able to move around more freely, Angela told me that you weren't home and explained everything that had happened. I found out the truth about you and your mother and your true intentions. Wait, you've got this all wrong. If you read the conversation we had until now, then you need to know something. Angela made me say all of that. We had an argument about something really stupid and I said some really bad stuff about everyone that I honestly regret now. You shouldn't take any of it seriously. It looks bad, but it's not my fault. This is one big misunderstanding, I swear. Liam, do you really think that I'm stupid enough to fall for a pathetic lie like that? Thank goodness I found out about what you and your mother were really like before I passed. I would have turned in my grave if I had let you inherit my company and use my money for your stupid shopping sprees. Before that happens, I'm going to rewrite my will. What? You're going to change it? I'm going to leave everything to Angela. What? Are you out of your mind? Why would you give your company to a complete stranger? She's got nothing to do with the company. You let that complete stranger nurse me back to health. What? It's not like she had anything to do with your recovery. She's only been taking care of you for 1 week. You can't just decide that all of a sudden. What are me and Mom going to do? Are you just going to leave us with nothing? I don't have any money to give to a son and wife that were looking forward to me dying. You didn't even think to spend more time with me. You're out on holiday, I hear. I was planning on giving the company to your little brother, but all of my money is going to Angela for being a wonderful nurse. She's worked extremely hard to keep on top of the housework while spending as much time with me, reading to me, and talking to me. She deserves everything I can give her. What? What are you talking about? What do you mean? You're planning on giving the company to Leon? You were never gonna give me the position as CEO in the first place? Even though I'm the eldest? You don't have what it takes to run a company. The only reason why you even have a job is because you have the same last name as me. You never earned anything for yourself. On top of that, you used your connection to me to influence the people around you and never worked a day in your life. I hear that you've been sitting at your desk, twiddling your thumbs while some other office worker works overtime to finish your work. You haven't done anything to deserve the position of CEO. That's not true. Who told you that? They're lying. They're just trying to turn you against me. You don't even deserve to have a woman like Angela as your wife. She's much too good for you, too generous and too kind. She's wasted on a selfish man like you. What you've done is unforgivable. What are you talking about? You've got to forgive me. No, wait, I haven't even done anything that needs forgiving. Believe me. This is all part of Angela's plan. She's been after your money ever since she married me. She's turning you against me so that she'll get everything. Enough. I'm not interested in your lies, Liam. As long as I'm alive, you're not getting anything. And I'm going to make sure that you can't inherit anything even after I'm gone. You're not welcome in my company or in my home. Don't you dare show your face to me ever again. Don't say that, Dad! I'm your favorite son! Please, wait!
That's what you get.
Huh?
You seem pretty flustered after being lectured and practically disowned by your dad. How pathetic.
Angela? This isn't funny. Why did this happen? Why did you show my dad the conversation we had?
Your dad's been up and around for the past 2 days and his condition has improved a lot since he woke up. We've had time to talk about a lot of things since you've been out, and I still have time off of work.
Seriously? Why didn't you tell me he was up? You tricked me!
I never tricked you. You told me that you didn't want to hear about him getting better, so I didn't mention it. But I suggested that you come back and be with him, remember? I didn't have anyone else to talk to about how you had completely left me to deal with everything by myself. And I've been stressing about a lot of other things besides this incident, so I told him everything. He was happy to give me advice on what I should do with you. Now he knows everything. You're finished, and you only have yourself to blame.
This isn't funny, Angela. Do you understand what you've done? You've ruined your husband's life.
Oh, what are you so upset about?
Why wouldn't I be upset? I'm going to lose my job, my company, my money, all because of you. Stop Dad before he seriously changes the will.
Whose money? Didn't you understand your dad? You don't have any right to it.
Listen to me. I'm your husband.
I don't have any obligation to listen to anything you say, whether you're my husband or not. You may not be able to tell, but I'm pretty pissed off myself.
What? Why would you be pissed off?
You're an idiot if you don't understand why, and you don't have any right to be angry with me. Your dad is furious, and with good reason. He's made his decision based on the way you treated him and he treated me. You don't have any right to change his mind. You can try all you like to make it my fault, but you can't escape the fact that you caused this yourself. If you have a problem with that, why don't you try and make an argument, because I'll shoot it down.
Wait a minute. Why are you so angry? I'm the one that should be angry right now.
Of course I'd be angry. You were trying to go on holiday, fully aware that your dad was in bad condition, hoping that you get news that he had passed away while you were gone. You're the worst. Not only that, I have proof of the affairs you've had, and I've passed the evidence on to your dad for him to look at.
Affairs? What are you talking about? I haven't had any affairs.
I've been thinking about filing for a divorce for a long time. I just didn't know when would be the best timing. But it looks like there's no need to think it over anymore. If anything, thanks for giving me the opportunity to break it off.
What? You are thinking about divorce? Since when? Why would you want divorce? Don't you understand that you're a lucky woman for being with me? I'm the CEO's son. What else could you possibly want?
It's taken a while, but I can finally see you for who you really are. I can see that you're not the man that you made yourself out to be when we were dating. Living with you and being married to you has shown me how selfish, lazy, unreliable, and dependent you are. I haven't been living with a husband, I've been living with a big baby. And because of how horrible your behavior has been, your dad's even offered to pay for my lawyer to make sure that I have the advantage in court.
What? Why would he support you? I'm his son. He should be defending me, not backing you up. What the hell did you say to him to turn him against me?
I told him everything. Unlike you, your dad's a good person. He told me that I was just being taken advantage of and that there was no need for me to endure your treatment any longer. And from now on, your dad's going to receive the care he deserves from a home for the elderly, without anyone telling him that he's a waste of money. I'm happy to help him out if he ever needs anything, but keep in mind that I'm not interested in keeping in touch with you. Once we're divorced, we're over.
It's your fault that I'm not going to be CEO and that I'm going to lose my job, and you're running away? That's not funny, Angela. You can't run away from me. That's not fair. You should suffer just as much as me.
I'm going to leave your parents' house, but don't even think about coming back to our place. I'm going to live there alone.
What? I thought you already returned our keys to the landlord.
No, I haven't given the landlord notice. I was already planning to ask for a divorce, so I decided that it would be a waste to give the apartment up. But I've already changed the keys, so there's no point trying to get back in. Your stuff is all here at your parents' anyways, so you don't have any reason to go back. If you try and force your way in, I won't have any choice but to call the police and report you for trespassing.
Are you being serious? You really want to get divorced?
Of course I do. I'm very sure that it's for the best.
Don't come crying to me when the divorce is over and you can't get any of the inheritance Dad promised you. Come on, I'll forgive you for threatening to divorce me, so let's work together to get my dad to give us his money.
No, thank you. Your dad's already worked on a way to leave me his money even if I'm not married to you. I told him that I didn't need anything and that all I want is to get a divorce, but he was insistent that I receive something for taking care of him.
What do you mean? He's already found a way to leave you his money? It's better if we stay together, don't you think?
You just want to stay together so that you can enjoy the inheritance I will receive from your dad. Well, we knew that you might start saying stuff like that, and might even refuse to sign the divorce papers, so we've already hired a successful lawyer to cover our case. She's the best divorce lawyer, so you won't even stand a chance.
You've already prepared that much?
Your dad was saying that he's planning on divorcing your mother, too. You're not only going to lose your job and your inheritance, you're both going to lose your spouses and your homes. You can become homeless for all I care. You both deserve what's coming to you.
What? He's going to divorce Mom? Why?
Apparently, your mom was cheating on him too. She didn't even bother to hide it. She took advantage of him being bedridden and brought her partners into their home. Like mother, like son, I guess. You should both take this chance to reflect on what you've done and learn to respect other people before you remarry. That's if anyone is willing to.
Mom was cheating on Dad? I never heard anything about that. Is he really going to divorce her?
You should be more worried about yourself. The only reason you had a job was because your dad gave you that position. But now he knows everything. You're not going to be able to work for his company anymore. You're not even going to inherit anything. You're not going to be able to live the high life like you hoped you would.
Angela, wait. Think about this. I never imagined that things would turn out like this. I didn't mean for any of this to happen. I just got ahead of myself when I heard the news about my dad. Come on, let's stay together and help each other out. I need you, Angela. I can't live without you. Please, you can't leave me.
Oh, really? I can live happily without you. If anything, you need to learn to do the housework yourself for once. There's no way I'm living with you ever again.
You're seriously abandoning me?
You're the one that pushed me to make this decision. If you wanted me to stay, you should have been more caring and more willing to think about my needs as well as yours. The more you beg, the more pathetic you look, so I wouldn't suggest pushing the issue any further. Anyway, I hope you'll enjoy your fancy trip to the hot springs with your mom. You should make the most of it, since you'll be experiencing hell when you get back here. I can't wait to get justice for everything. I had to suffer while I was with you. See you in a few days' time. In the end, Angela cooperated with her father-in-law to fight both Liam and his mother in court. Apparently, Liam continued to beg her to change her mind even after he returned from his trip, but Angela ignored him until the papers were signed and filed. After the divorce was done, she only told him that she never wanted to see him again and refused to talk about the inheritance. Her father-in-law had returned to full health in a matter of days, making it pointless to talk about the inheritance. Angela's mother-in-law had no choice but to accept the terms of the divorce and was kicked out of their home. Liam lost his job, and because he believed that he would inherit his father's fortune, he had never saved any money. He was without a job and a home, and was going to have to live hand-to-mouth for a while. He's still paying the compensation he owes to Angela while living with his mother in a shabby apartment, working day and night to earn enough to feed both himself and his mother. As for Liam's mother, the shock of getting divorced and losing the lifestyle she had enjoyed for decades caused her to become a shut-in, and she had started showing signs of dementia. Liam had to take care of her himself since he didn't have enough money to put her in a home, and finally realized how much trouble he had caused Angela by forcing her to take care of his father. Both of them had finally gotten what they deserved.
Are you planning on attending my wedding by any chance?
Well, yes, that's why you sent me an invitation, right? I'm assuming that you want me there, otherwise you wouldn't have invited me. Why do you have a problem with me attending your wedding?
Actually, I do. I don't want you at my wedding. I only sent you the invitation because Mom wanted me to. And I hope that you don't plan on bringing that husband of yours either.
His name was written on the invitation. He plans on coming with me. Luckily, he doesn't need to work that day.
Well, sorry, but I don't want either of you to come to my wedding.
Why?
First of all, your husband creeps me out.
Why would you say such a thing about him? You're being rude. What has he ever done to you?
Nothing. But it freaks me out that he only has one real arm.
Yes, Ted has an artificial arm. So what? I don't think that's ever affected you in any negative way.
I'm just saying that it's not a pretty sight to see. I don't want someone like Ted at my wedding. What will the other guests think?
Do you realize how discriminatory you're being right now? You shouldn't talk about other people in this way. Ted is my husband. You should know that it would make me upset for you to say such mean things about him to my face.
Well, I really can't say how I feel to anyone else, can I? It's my wedding and I should be able to choose my guests. I'm sorry, but someone with a prosthetic arm is not welcome.
It's not Ted's fault that he has a prosthetic arm. We're sisters, so I can put up with you saying mean things about me, but not about my husband. I want you to stop. What gives you the right to be so self-righteous? I love Ted, and I won't have anyone saying bad things about him.
How could you love Ted so much? He only has one working arm. Doesn't that turn you off? He's not normal. Why did you go out of your way to marry someone that has a disability? Oh, I guess it's a matter of normal guys not being attracted to you, huh?
Ted is like any other man out there. Why are you discriminating against him because of his arm? Can we change the subject now? I don't want to talk about this with you anymore. You need to grow up for the sake of your fiancé, too. You're 30 years old. You should keep certain feelings to yourself.
I like to be honest and open about the way I feel.
I guess we're gonna have to agree to disagree then. If you don't want Ted and I to come to your wedding, we won't. Are you happy now?
Yes, that's what I want. Please don't say anything about this to Mom, though. I don't want her to make a big deal out of this. To be honest, I wouldn't mind if you were at my wedding. I just don't want Ted there.
I don't know why Ted needs to be punished for something that's not his fault. I hate that you're doing this to him.
It's my wedding day and I should be able to choose who gets to be there and who doesn't. I'm so happy that my fiancé has both of his arms, and he's really successful too. He works for a great company and he gets paid really well. He's working on a really big multi-million-dollar project right now. I'm so proud of him.
I'm glad that you found a man that makes you happy. He may be working on a big project right now, but it's not like he's going to get all the money. He's just an employee.
Oh, shut up. You're just jealous that I'm marrying such a great guy. I can see why you'd be jealous, but don't take it out on me.
I don't think that I'm taking it out on you. I'm just sick and tired of listening to your bragging all the time.
Oh, we're going to have the perfect wedding. You just wait and see. We're both stunning and my fiancé is rich. We're a golden couple. We need the guests of our wedding to be as supreme as we are.
A golden couple? You must be joking. You're a temp at your company.
That doesn't matter because I found myself the perfect husband.
Fine, have it your way. I won't say anything anymore.
One thing's for certain. My fiancé is better than Ted in the fact that he has both of his arms.
Why do you have to compare them? They're different. Do you enjoy being mean to Ted?
I think you two make the perfect couple.
Yes, we are. And not in the way that you think. I'm very happy being married to Ted. I don't think that you're better than us in any way.
Well, believe what you want. I know the truth.
I guess our truths are different then. I'll try to make it to your wedding if I can. I'll let you know once I've decided. If you don't want me there, I'm happy to not attend as well.
I already made up my mind. You can come, but not Ted.
Well, if Ted's not invited, then I'm not going either. Have a great wedding, Helen.
Why are you at my wedding? You said you wouldn't come. And you brought Ted with you. How could you do this to me?
It's more like, how could you do that to Ted? I know that you don't like him, but did you really have to pour wine onto his head? What were you thinking? What you did was unforgivable.
Well, it's your fault for ignoring my wishes. I'm the one that should be angry, not you.
What the hell is wrong with you, Helen?
I told you not to bring your disabled husband to my wedding. How many times do I have to tell you that? You told me that you wouldn't come to my wedding if Ted wasn't invited. Why did you change your mind? You did the one thing I asked you not to do. You brought Ted. Did you want to ruin my wedding? Is that what this is all about?
I did not ruin anything. You're the one that made a scene by pouring wine on Ted.
So you're placing the blame on me then?
You're the one that kicked us out of your wedding even though we didn't do anything wrong. You're the one that should feel ashamed about all of this. I told you that I wouldn't be at your wedding, but Ted was invited as one of the groom's guests and I accompanied him as his wife.
You're not making any sense right now. Why would Ted be invited as one of the groom's guests? I'm sure that he just wanted to take part in this wedding, so he must have lied to you about getting an invitation from my fiancé. Who does that? Well, he should have never come. He doesn't belong there.
You're unbelievable, Helen, and so rude. I'm ashamed to be your sister.
I can say the same thing right back at you. Why did you marry Ted in the first place? Doesn't his prosthetic arm creep you out? I don't ever want to see either of you at the wedding reception again.
Are you sure that this is what you want?
Yes, I'm sure. Now please leave.
We're leaving then. I hope you're happy. Let me just say this, though. Ted is a CEO, and he's one of your husband's big clients.
What?
But I guess it doesn't matter to you. Your husband's the one that's going to have to deal with the aftermath. Your only concern is having the perfect wedding. Enjoy the rest of your wedding. We're leaving now. Bye. I'm also cutting all ties with you. Please don't contact me ever again. 30 minutes later.
Where are you now? Are you still close by? I need to speak to you. Will you meet me?
I've left and I'm home now.
How did you get home so fast?
I wanted to get home as soon as possible after you threw wine at Ted. And I asked you not to get in touch with me. I'm not your sister anymore.
I know that you're mad at me, but I still need to talk to you. Were you serious when you said that Ted is one of my husband's clients at work? My husband is freaking out because he says that Ted no longer wants to do business with him. He's worried that the big project is going to be canceled as well.
Well, your husband should be worried. Ted only attended your wedding because your husband invited him, but you came over and poured wine on him. Ted has every reason to be furious. Ted is smart to end business with your husband. We want nothing to do with you after what you did to him.
Do you find this funny? I'm in a lot of trouble here. My husband is flipping out, and I don't know what I can do to calm him down. And he doesn't seem to care about our wedding reception anymore.
I see. That must suck for you.
You're my sister. Shouldn't you be more concerned?
I don't consider us to be sisters anymore after the way you treated Ted. Remember, I cut all ties with you.
That's not the point. I'm in a lot of trouble and I need your help. My husband knows about what happened between Ted and I.
I'm not surprised that he did.
And now the project has been canceled too.
I'm sure that your husband is livid with you.
He is. He tells me that he's going to annul our marriage. And I guess our wedding reception is canceled as well.
Well, you saw this coming. You should have never been so rude to Ted.
Will you please pick up my call?
Why should I? I have nothing to say to you. You're not supposed to be contacting me anymore.
I need your help. Please, fix this. I want to talk to you on the phone.
Well, I don't, and I have no intention of helping you. You need to deal with this on your own. I asked you to stop disrespecting Ted, but you did it anyway. This is all your fault. I hope that you learn a good lesson from this. You need to grow up and take responsibility for your actions.
I never expected Ted to be my husband's client. You could have given me a heads up. All I asked was for Ted not to attend my wedding. I don't think that I did anything wrong.
If you think you haven't done anything wrong, then I'm sure it'll all blow over. But I still can't forgive you for making discriminatory remarks at Ted. You're on your own. I need to go now. Bye.
The wedding's been called off. What am I going to do now? I need you to fix this. It's your fault for not telling me Ted was my husband's super important client.
How can you blame me? You did this all on your own. The fact that you don't see that makes you an idiot.
What did you just call me?
All I did was go to my sister's wedding. I didn't do anything wrong. You're the one that deliberately spilled wine on Ted and kicked us out. You need to deal with the consequences of your actions. You really need to grow up, Helen. I'm sure that you now understand that if you badmouth someone, it's going to bite you in the ass. I hope that from now on, you keep that in mind and stop making such stupid mistakes.
Right now, the most important thing for me is saving my marriage. I quit my job, so without my husband, I'll have no place to live. What am I going to do now?
That's not my problem, but I'm sure that neither your husband nor any of the other relatives will take your side.
How can you be so cold to me? Don't you care about my future at all? Please talk to Ted and apologize to him for me. I didn't know that he was one of my husband's clients.
Why in the world would I do that? I'm on Ted's side and he has every right to be angry. What you did is unforgivable.
But you're my sister. We're family. Doesn't that mean anything to you?
I've cut all ties with you, so we're not family. Please don't bother me and Ted anymore. Why don't you talk to Mom and Dad?
So you're just going to abandon me?
I'm not abandoning you. I need to go. Bye.
I quit my job. What am I going to do if my husband leaves me? This isn't my fault. You should have told me about Ted's work. I don't deserve any of this.
Ted has a disability and it's not something that he wants to be reminded of, let alone made fun of by you. But you laughed at him and poured wine on him. Ted doesn't use his disability to get special treatment, and he's worked very hard. Much more than the average person. You should have never disrespected him. What you did was very wrong. And you deserve every bit of punishment coming your way.
I'm sorry about what I said and did to Ted. I realized how wrong I was.
So you're finally apologizing for your actions? That took a while. Do you realize how long it took you to apologize and acknowledge that this is your fault?
Yes, and I'm very sorry. Will you please talk to Ted now?
If you really felt bad about what you've done, you wouldn't be asking me for any favors. Look, the project's canceled and there's nothing you can do about it, so just move on. Instead of worrying about your failed marriage, you should worry about getting a new job.
Why did I bother apologizing if you're not even going to help me out?
You should be apologizing. You did something wrong. I'm seeing your true colors, and it isn't pretty. I don't have any more time to waste on you. Bye. You must be elated that you were able to kick Ted out of your wedding. Afterward, Melanie blocked Helen after that and never spoke to her sister again. Helen's husband left her after he found out about what she had done to Ted. Helen had no choice but to move into a shabby apartment and look for a new job. The guests of Helen's wedding saw how she was talking to Ted, and they recorded everything that she said and did to Ted on that day. The video of her pouring wine on Ted went viral after someone posted it on social media. After that, no one wanted to hire Helen, and she was forced to live a very hard life. Helen should never have made fun of Ted's disability. Had she been more compassionate, none of this would have happened to her. The joke's now on her.